Man, everything feels just a little off. Let's win and go home.
There he is.
MP, you're about to go off.
And a chance for everyone to get some shots up. Find the touch. Find the range. Find themselves. We're almost at game time. Hello, everyone. Proud to bring you Wednesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Take a look at the Warriors. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And you know, the Celtics, they're still a real contender, no doubt. Not quite meeting expectations, but you know they're going to be shooting for the top spot as this season rolls along.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. MP out there with Holiday. And it's Cornette in at the 5 down low. And for the Raptors, we've got Barnes. Emmanuel quickly out there with Dick. Then there's Chris Boucher. And it's Ingram in at the 3 slot. You know, Doris, when you compare the NBA to other major sports, it seems coaches just don't get as much credit for their strategy and their scheming and game plans.
Hey, Kevin, I think it's a misconception not only about the coaches, but about the NBA specifically, that it's not as complex as other sports. There's so much depth to this game. It is in a constant state of evolution. Once you think you've got the NBA down, I'm promising you it's going to evolve to another direction. This misconception is flat wrong.
The MP doing a great job letting the play develop, making the defense pick their poison.
Pass to Dick. Lets the 3 fly. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Darko Rajakovic.
Now, we talked about Jrue Holiday and how he plans to stop him from being a factor out there. Coach said it won't be easy. He told me Holiday is a gifted two-way guy, but I think we can trip him up by staying on him on all times, by staying aggressive. So that direct approach is what they hope throws Holiday off his game. Guys?
Thank you, David. The 2022 Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes, GA. He had a terrific rookie year, as we know. His second year may have fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, it was a bit stagnant for Scotty, but man, he had a monster third year, making his first All-Star game. The playmaking of Barnes especially took a leap. And whenever Dick is getting a pass, if he has any chance to get off a clean jumper, you know it's going up. I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Here's Ingram. Turned in an outstanding game against Golden State. No good on the 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Pass to Cornette. Rebound by the Raptors. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
Well, perhaps just knowing that they can pull out a close game, the next time they're in that challenge, they can go in with a ton of confidence.
Shot clock at 3. Here's Dick. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Dick's got 5.
Oh, good balance from Dick. Able to take the contact and still score inside.
Dick with the steal. They've got the 5-on-3 advantage. And the dunk by Boucher.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Scott can't get it to go.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Now Dick. He has 5. Pass to Barnes. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Boston trailing. And here's MP for 3. Barnes grabs the miss. Toronto, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And the dunk by Boucher.
Well, you can see Chris Boucher's got excellent vertical. Makes that finish look easy.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And a quick look now at the NBA scoring leaders. MP is second.
And his contribution to his team offensively cannot be understated. He is always leading the way for them with his ability to put up points.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. Win after win, these guys now have 9 straight.
Well, this is a basketball team that's really humming right now. And what you love is they're working together as a unit, which makes it fun to watch. What I'm curious about here is when teams start to adapt and take away their best strategy, how do they keep the streak going? Really, really interested to see how this plays out.
Tries again. Mobo can't hit. Boston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. The Raptors have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Quickly with a wide open look. It's good from long range.
Listen, if you give Emmanuel Quickly a look from 3, there's never hesitation.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Brown finds MP. Another miss by MP. Toronto leading by 3. Barrett wide open. He fires. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
One-on-one fast break. Pass to Walter. And he dunks it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic dunk.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're shooting the balls. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Toronto.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. MP out there with White. Then there's Jason Tatum. And it's Tillman in at the center position. And now we've got some time to check in from the side. You got for us, DA?
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against the Pelicans was all business. He dropped in 55 points, and to no one's surprise, he was dialed in from deep. He ended up with a stat line he's no doubt proud of, and I'm sure he wants to replicate it again. Kevin?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
Brown. To the middle.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Raptors with the lead. And the defense of this Raptors team, Greg, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Doris, something R.J. Barrett can do well is put stress on that defense with his three-point shooting.
Well, he's a little bit of a streaky shooter, Kevin, but it never affects his confidence. This guy just keeps coming at you and keeps believing in himself. Historically, his shooting gets better over the course of a season.
That free throw missing. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Here's Shed, still without a basket. Onside, Barrett. To Abaji, 5 on the clock. Goes up from the top of the key, and the Raptors miss again.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Outside Tatum, the 3 from MP. Toronto grabs the miss. Bobo's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Walter, defended by Scott. To the right side. Here's Shed, who's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Raptors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
And Torko Rajakovic calls timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Drew Holiday's check in for Boston. Both good from the line that time. Boston's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
You look at Tatum. He's got a claim in the final place in the Eastern Conference starting lineup. He's 5th in fan voting.
And it's been a season to remember for him so far. And it'll only get better if he can hang on to that starting spot for All-Star Weekend.
And we'll keep you posted as the voting continues. Nice break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Dick. The rebound by the Celtics. Cornette's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Tatum. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Brandon Ingram.
The best offensive players in the league get to the free throw line consistently. This is where you're starting to see growth from Jason Tatum, wanting the contact, inviting the contact.
First one falls for him.
What impresses me about Jason Tatum are his work habits, his commitment in the offseason to adding something else to his arsenal. We know he can play high-level basketball on both ends. The sky is the limit.
Barnes is checked in for the Raptors. Boston also with the sub. Brown's checked in. Pass to Ingram. Barnes against Tatum. Barnes down low. And the layup's good off the glass.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
1:03 left to play in the first half. Here's Dick. And no good trying to use the glass.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Kicks it out to MP. Holiday, the pass to MP. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. MP's got 11 here in this quarter alone. Pass to Boucher. Brown against Ingram. Six on the shot clock. The shot will not fall. Some solid defense from Brown. Outside, Scott jacks up a three. Boucher with the rebound. Quickly looking it over. Pass to Ingram from deep three-point territory. No good on that one. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's the Celtics as they end the second quarter on a 15-5 run. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto.
And we welcome you to halftime. First order of business, time to take stock of the All-Star voting.
Can't tell too much from early numbers, but the All-Star picture may be coming into focus a little. I'm definitely not surprised by these names.
Yeah, because it's just a popularity contest right now, and they haven't been playing for long.
And as we review this first half for the Celtics, still anybody's game.
We often talk about efficiency on offense. They were the winner.
And that is a wrap.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Emmanuel quickly out there with Grady Dick. Then it's Brandon Ingram. Then it's Barnes. And it's Boucher in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by MP.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
And so Quickly will bring it up for Toronto. With every passing season, Quickly's role seems to expand.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he's had to prove himself over and over. And now that he has, I don't think you find nearly as many doubters as he had when he first came into the league.
The 3 from MP. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Well, the ability to spread the floor is such a valuable skill in the league. And MP, yes, sir.
Brown against Ingram. It's hauled in by Cornette. Cornette's got 5 rebounds tonight. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Taking a look at Boston, the season well underway, and they've been solid in 3rd right now. And, of course, Toronto, down 4 spots from there.
And, you know, for Boston, they've come through for their fans this season. All the optimism surrounding them, all the high hopes, all proved to be legit.
Well, how about the momentum they have built to get off to this fantastic start? All positive vibes right now for this group. Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Right side, Scott. Back to Craig. Pass to Brown. 3-pointer. And it's Toronto with the rebound. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Dick passes to Ingram. Latrey. Good on the triple. Ingram's got the game tied up here for the Raptors.
Silky 3-point shot by Ingram. Just goes to the arc and knocks it down.
And here's MP for 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Barnes has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Here's Dick. Lays it up and banks it in. Dick's got 7.
Not just a jump shooter. Dick can operate inside that restricted area.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Some changes here for the Raptors. R.J. Barrett comes in for Brandon Ingram. And it's Walter in for Dick. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over. Celtics shooting well. They're at 45%. On the floor for Boston. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Then there's Scott, and it's Pritchard in at the point guard position. Here's Shed. And here's Barrett. Here he goes. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, R.J. Barrett, how about the ability to focus with the defender right in his grill? How about that finish? Woo!
MP with it. Outside Tatum. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. Scott's got 3 assists tonight.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Here's Shed. Misses from short range. MP inside. Yep, it counts. MP's got the lead up to 6 now for the Celtics. Here's Shed. Pass to Barrett. Driving to the basket. And he makes that one. Barrett's got 10 points here in the second half.
For a good offensive player, you've got to take what the defense gives you. RJ does just that, settles into the mid-range.
Pass to Tatum. Back to Scott. It's rebounded by Barrett. Raptors trail by 4. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Sinks that one from the post. Barrett's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
MP deciding where to go with it. Tatum from 3.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group and a change for the Celtics. Holiday's checked in. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. During the last break, listened in on Darko Rajakovic talking to his team. The message was simple. Keep fighting. Coach told his team, we're in this. We just need some extra effort. Let's go. See if they can come back. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Ingram against Brown. Now here's Ingram, guarded closely. Some solid defense from Brown. Inside. And the dunk by Brown.
Jaylen Brown so quick off his feet. What a vertical threat he is.
And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for Toronto. They trail by 7. And again, Toronto no up. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Outside, Scott. Left side, Tatum. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Barnes with it. Picked up by Brown. It's Dick on the wing. Offline with his 3. Celtics leading by 7. Here's Scott. Some solid defense from Ingram. Toronto, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
Cool and calm. Brandon Ingram. Wow.
Boston's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Scott the pass to Tatum. MP outside. 6 to shoot. Outside Holiday. Nailed from three-point land. And the Celtics lead by 8.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone. Emmanuel quickly displaying the willingness to attack in a big moment, and he delivers.
34 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and he commits the intentional foul. Crit on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And you talk about building a legacy. That's MP's mindset, not just for himself, but for this team. I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
And so the Celtics now can just hold on to the ball. On the wing, MP. Tatum setting the pick for MP. Hits it from three-point range. MP's got the lead up to 10 now for Boston.
By the time this young man is done, MP could be one of the great scorers we've ever seen.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
Okay, then. That's how we stand on business.
Long season. Time to grab that lunch pail and go to work.
Get ready to light it up tonight.
limited to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, entering the court or interrupting play. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to rejection and possible arrest. Please report any violation.
And a peek into the locker room. Players soaking in the last few moments before the game. Some final preparations here. It's the NBA on 2K. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Jason Tatum.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
A look at the opening lineup for the Orlando Magic. The Wagner brothers on the floor. Franz at the 3, Mo in the middle. It's Suggs and Anthony at the 1 and the 2. And it's Ben Carroll in at the 4 slot. And for the Celtics, the 2 J's, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Drew Holiday out there with MP. And it's Cornette in at the 5 down low. And when you're going into the first game of a back-to-back, how do you prepare for that?
I think the key is to manage your practice going into a back-to-back. In other words, let's turn that down a bit, reduce the minutes on the floor, mental reps on the practice court as opposed to getting up and down a lot. Because you're going to play hard in both games. So if you can get the tank on full heading into the 2 games back-to-back, that serves you well.
Tatum, shot is good.
Really smooth release from Tatum on that 3. Makes that shot look effortless.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. I asked him how he plans to slow down Paolo Banchero, and Coach told me, look, he's an all-star, so you've got to guard him with your whole team. He's big, he's strong, he can punish you down low, but he's also quick and has the ability to beat you on the perimeter. We'll have to be disciplined tonight, B.A.
Allie, thank you. MP outside. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Wagner. The Magic have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Anthony, the pass to Wagner, and he dunks it down.
How about big Mo Wagner? Never waste an opportunity to throw it down, big fella.
All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Hey, guys. Well, the Magic were one of last season's most improved teams, and with the addition this summer of Contavious Caldwell-Pope, they've addressed an area of real need. A player who can space the floor, add to their already stout defense, and has championship pedigree. They're going to continue to rise in this league, guys.
Absolutely. All right, Shams, thanks very much. Now here's Ben Carroll. His last outing, he had 24 points. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation.
The future is shining bright for Banchero. He's a multifaceted big guy who can really, I think, be the centerpiece of an organization.
Now here's MP. Boy, so much fun watching him score the ball. He's averaging a little more than 36 a game. Knocks it down from distance.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Suggs, the pass to Wagner. And Carroll with it. Pass to Anthony. Uses the glass on the layup.
The closer the better for Anthony, as is the case for most guys. He just wants to drop that one in.
MP against Anthony. Here's MP. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It goes on Cole Anthony. Boston shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And he drops the first.
You know, it's pretty clear. MP is a special, talented player with tremendous upside.
Some changes for Boston. Craig is checked in for Cornette. Hauser comes in for Jaylen Brown. And Pritchard is subbed in for Drew Holiday. And that one's good.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Back to MP. 1:46 left to play in the first quarter. Outside Tatum, the three ball. It's rebounded by Wagner. Orlando leading by 3. Here's Banchero. Boston with a rebound. They're really clicking as a unit. Tonight, looking for their 11th straight win.
Just playing really solid basketball right now. They're trusting each other more out there and attacking as a group. They're a fist, not individual fingers, which has made them tough to beat.
Tatum finds MP. Boston, no good that time either.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Raptors got the job done. He added 33 points and hit a bunch of threes. No surprises there. And he's been on a tear, playing confident and doing anything he wants on the floor. He is so hard to stop. Brian?
Yeah, spot on, Allie. He was aggressive in that game. Really took initiative.
He really made an impact, and he'll be looking to repeat that kind of performance again tonight.
Yeah, I agree. They really need him. I mean, they need his energy, and they need his talent on the floor.
Here's Banchero, following the bucket by Boston. Pass to Anthony, fires the 3, and it's Jason Tatum with a rebound.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Oh, how about the pass here from Tatum? Great at involving his teammates.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. MP against Anthony. There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. The open J off the mark.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Magic out in front, leading by a point. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And for the Magic guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Derek White out there with MP. Then it's Jaylen Brown. Then it's Xavier Tillman. And it's Hauser in at the power forward position. That's the Boston 5. Stolen. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
MP, the pass to Tillman. And here's Brown for 3. It's hauled in by Black. Orlando leading by 5. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute to play. Pass to Batase. And here's Caldwell Pope. Carter on the wing. Shot clock at 5. The shot that time not on target. Boston on offense. They host the Hawks after this one. That'll be the second and last game of a quick homestand.
Oh, wow. How about the handles from MP? I mean, that's just a beautiful play.
And so it's Banchero who brings it up for the Magic. 3-point lead, their last encounter in Orlando.
Well, in this last matchup, they captured the win in large part because their backups provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Yeah, and you know what? I expect them to go deep into the bench again tonight to give those guys on the bench a chance to have an expanded role, but also to give those starters some rest.
Look at what he's doing here, and it's hard to imagine him playing much better.
Well, that might be fair, but I wouldn't want to take away from what he did in that last game. I mean, let's just say it's a pretty nice run he's on, no matter how you decide to frame it up.
Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, B.A., and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse, but some rebuilds take longer than others.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, this young Magic roster has chemistry. Coach Jamal Mosley said they're so tied together. It's just organic. They're happy at creating these relationships over time, and it's because they're all just good kids that like being around each other. Guys, that's what you want.
Yeah, no question. Something to build on, Allie. Thank you. Pass to Hauser. MP left side. From the arc. MP making the long-range connection.
And that's his first triple this quarter. 3 total for the game.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
And as a rule of thumb, the road can really test your team's depth. But they all stepped up and collectively produced a lot of points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
Wagner's checked in for Carter. Franz Wagner comes in for Paolo Banchero. Anthony's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Jalen Suggs in for Black. Boston on D. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Suggs outside. Batase with a screen. Here's the 3. Suggs with the bucket. Suggs has got 6 points.
You can see Suggs' confidence growing over time with every 3 that he makes. Keep shooting them, Jalen. Keep shooting them.
Here's MP. And that one's long. Magic leading by 3. Anthony in the post. Suggs outside. Back to Anthony. Launches a 3. Boston pulls it in. Here's Pritchard. No made baskets yet. And here's MP from outside. And again, Boston with the triple.
He's now matched his 3-point total from the first quarter here in the second period. 4 in the game already for him.
Anthony, the pass to Wagner. Inside. Shireman grabs the board. Boston has gotten 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. Pass to Pritchard. From deep, MP. He drops it from range. Now it's a 3-point Boston lead.
Yeah, when we talk about MP's unlimited potential, we're referring to nights like this one.
And Anthony slams it in.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Batase. Here's Anthony. 7 points in the game. Hey, he's looking good so far. 4 for 8 from the field.
Yeah, you know, Anthony has this in his bag. He's practiced these mid-range looks. You can tell.
MP outside. Pass to Pritchard. Outside Tatum. Offensive board. Cornette. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
And so it's MP making things happen for the Celtics. He's found his range, hitting 3 triples in the quarter. More 2K action in just a moment.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums, please. You almost had it. Let's hear it for our contestants.
Well, these are very early returns, but even so, you can see who the fans are excited to see play.
A lot of these guys deserve the vote.
And turning back now to talk about the Orlando Magic. What a close game this has been.
They found an advantage in the painted area, and they're exploiting it.
And that'll do it for
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up, be physical with him.
On the court for Orlando, Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. It's Suggs and Anthony at the 1 and the 2, and it's Wagner in at the center position. The free throw drops for Banchero. Well, Clark, he's a former 1-1 back in 2022. The league better watch out. Paolo Banchero is coming.
And he's coming with force, BA. Loved him his 1 year in college. Loved his mobility, his strength, his savvy, and all of that on display as he's going to be one of the bright stars in the years ahead in the NBA.
From deep, MP. It's rebounded by Wagner. Orlando leading. And Wagner gets it to go. Wagner's got his first 2 points.
Wagner will battle you inside now. He's not afraid to embrace and even initiate contact.
Holiday finds Tatum. MP outside. Back to Tatum. Lets the 3 fly. Good. And the assist goes to MP. Scott's got 3 assists in the game.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Suggs, no good. Boston's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. And here's Brown for 3. Big hit from outside. Jaylen Brown.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Suggs, the pass to Anthony. Kicks it out to Wagner. The 3 from Banchero. Wagner with a screen. This one for 3. At the arc, Banchero finds his mark.
And Banchero has some range already. I mean, I want to see him continue to drain these shots.
Out of bounds. It'll be Orlando's ball. And Boston with some changes. Craig is checked. Eight seconds left in the third quarter. Wagner outside. The 3. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. It's the Magic. They're up by 5. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for quarter number. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. MP is out there with Peyton Pritchard. And it's Cornette in at the 5. That's the Boston 5. Back to Tatum. The 3 is up. Good, and the assist goes to MP. Scott's got assist number 5 here tonight. And the Magic shooting has been great this game. 58%. Pass to Howard. Boston pulls it in. Here's Pritchard. It's Brown on the wing. MP up top. Drew Holiday's checked in for Boston. And a change for the Magic. Joseph's checked in.
Substitution on the court.
Boston with the ball. 2-point game. Pass to Tatum to take the lead. Boston no good that time either. Down low. Here's Batadze. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Here's Scott. The rebound by Carter.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Here's Black. And Caro outside. And Caro delivers inside.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets. And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Magic leading by 6. We're about 2 minutes into the 4th here. Joseph passes to Batadze. Here's Black. 3-pointer, no good. The Celtics have gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the 4th. Power move from MP.
Young fella does not let the contact distract or bother him. Business-like finish from MP.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. Looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged.
Here they come, it's Celtics Entertainment.
Big group substitution here for Orlando. Wagner's checked in for Batadze. Wagner comes in for Carter. Anthony's checked in for Joseph. And it's Jalen Suggs in for Black. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. He told them, no time to celebrate. The work is not finished. We've got to stick with it and keep growing what we've got here. Words of wisdom for his squad. Back to you.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. There's a screen by Anthony. The 3 from Suggs. Hauled in by Brown.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Holiday finds MP. Drops in the 3. Now just a 1-point Orlando lead.
This has been a running theme for him. Hit a number of threes in the first half. Now nails another.
Anthony with a bucket.
Just like his dad, Cole Anthony, coming through when the game is tight.
Pass to Brown. MP outside. Tatum passes to MP. Back to Tatum. Shot clock at 6. And here's MP from outside. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Scott's got 30.
Huge bucket by MP. You know he's got to be feeling good after that one went down.
Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
As he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second.
You got to respect Cole Anthony's workmanlike approach to the game. He's out there to do his job and get results and not focused on putting on a big show.
And he ends up making the second, and that gives him a lead.
I'm sure he wanted to hit all his free throws, but at least he gave his team the lead.
And here's MP from outside. And Suggs has got the ball here for the Magic. Here's Banchero. Paolo, strong.
No shame or fear in this young fella. Banchero will take on any big shot. Love seeing that from him.
Cornette passes to Tatum. 1:21 left in the game. Fires the three. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. Scott's got 6 assists in the game. Orlando's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Anthony. Boston pulls it in to take the lead. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That one on Banchero.
MP, pressure moment.
And so both free throws good. And it's a 2-point ball game.
Cool and collected, making them count under pressure.
Here's Anthony. Second chance effort. The shot no good. Nice D from Brown. Boston on offense. They're on a 13-5 run. Here's Holiday. It's rebounded by Banchero. Wagner against MP. Here's Anthony. Kicks it out to Wagner. Pass to Banchero. The three. Oh, he buried the three.
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Scott passes to Holiday. And here's Brown. MP looking around. Now here's Holiday. Back to MP. There's the triple. This is the tray. From outside the arc. And he drills the triple.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
They're in a tough spot. Barely enough time to run the catch and shoot.
three, Anthony. Oh, that shot had a chance, but the all-or-nothing shot attempt is off the mark. So it's a narrow victory for the Celtics, pulling it out to the W. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg, this is Brian Anderson thanking you all for tuning in tonight. We'll see you.
Great win tonight, MP.